Boom! Shake the room, Fire Nation. JLD here, and welcome to Entrepreneurs on Fire. Today, we'll be breaking down how to generate 10x more leads now and celebrating the 300% growth of laserskn.com tattoo removal. And to drop these vibe bombs, I brought Clay Clark into EO Fire Studios. Clay is a co-founder of 5 Kids, the host of the 6 times iTunes chart-topping Thrivetimeshow.com podcast, the 2007 Oklahoma SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, and he is just an amazing human being overall. I've spent a lot of time with this guy, and today we'll be talking about why leads are the lifeblood, turnkey lead generation, systems at scale, measure what matters, and oh, so much more. And a big thank you for sponsoring today's episode goes to Clay and our sponsors. Fire Nation, is your business stuck? Join Eric Trump and Clay Clark at America's highest rated business conference, November 5th and 6th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Learn the proven systems used to create thousands of success stories today at thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Again, request life-changing tickets today at thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. If you are building a real business, you need real infrastructure. High Level gives you website hosting, funnels, email marketing, automation, calendar booking, payments, and course hosting all on one platform, plus award-winning 24/7 support. Get a 30-day free trial and my full bonus stack that includes a 15-minute private call with me and much more at highlevelfire.com. highlevelfire.com. All right, Fire Nation, we are here, and I get to bring back Clay Clark once again to just rock the mic, to just drop value bombs, because that's what this human being does. He drops value bombs, and of course, we've brought a great guest who is a great client of Clay Clark. And I want to start off by talking about how leads are the absolute lifeblood of businesses, because, Clay, you're actually known to say that without leads, you simply won't succeed, which of course, I subscribe to, I agree with. So let's talk about why lead generation is the foundation of every successful business. And of course, how you've made sure that Eliza crushes this in her business.
Well, you know, Eliza has a business called laserskn.com, laserskn.com, laserskn.com. And it's a tattoo removal business. And, you know, one could argue it's on trend. One can argue it's a good product for a great market right now. A lot of people have tattoos. They want to get them removed. One could say, wow, you've really timed the market. One could say, wow, you really have a skill set that's relevant. One could say, wow, you're in a part of America, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, that really needs this service. However, none of that matters if you don't have leads. And I think what happens is a lot of entrepreneurs, JLD, if they listen to, podcasts and read self-help books and all the things that we would recommend, and then they go out there and they think, wow, then now that I have a great product and a great service, somehow it's going to sell itself. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good your product or service is if you're not able to sustainably generate leads from your ideal and likely buyers. In fact, that's the key to bankruptcy, is not having leads.
I love that. And one thing that I will definitely say, that if I didn't have leads into my business, we wouldn't be here after 14 years, Fire Nation. If you didn't have leads in your business, would you be listening to this show? Well, probably, because you would want to learn how to get leads. And I always love to say, you need to become the number one solution to a real problem, and here's the key phrase, in a growing industry. And guess what? As Clay mentioned multiple times, this could be considered a growing industry, tattoo removal. So what exactly have you done, are you doing with Eliza, Clay, that Fire Nation needs to know about?
Well, with Eliza, with her business, I want to brag on her for a second. She's super coachable, super diligent, does a great job. And so you have these 4 different areas we're helping her with simultaneously. One can argue there's 50 different areas, but there's 4 major ones I want to focus on today. One is helping her generate leads in a turnkey way. It doesn't require her to go door to door networking with people to generate leads. It doesn't require her to rely on going on LinkedIn and finding people that need tattoo removals. It doesn't require her, posting endlessly on social media. So there's a turnkey way to generate leads. The second is we're implementing proven systems so she can scale the business, systems and processes. The third area is she's becoming a time management expert. I mean, she is becoming very fastidious about how she manages every single second of her day. And then the final area is we got to know the numbers. We got to know the accounting. And with Eliza, she's so coachable, so great to work with. But having her know her numbers is very important. It's very imperative. And she's to a place now where she's going to be opening up other locations all throughout these United States. And the first question that someone asks when they reach out to want to license a a laserskn.com location. They say, hey, I want to open up my own location. They want to know, at the end of the day, how much profit is generated for every dollar that comes in.
I mean, these are really important things to know. And Eliza, I would love to hear from your perspective at this time of, number one, like, how'd you first hear about Clay? What made you decide to jump on a call with him and his team? And what have been some of the biggest breakthroughs on these topics that we've been talking about with generating leads, turnkey, systems that are actually able to scale? Take it away.
Oh man. Well, actually, I remember having a conversation with my dad when I first opened this business. I built it all myself. I was like 20 years old when I started this. And I was like, man, I feel like I'm doing everything right. I'm really good at what I do. But I don't know everything that there is to know about business. And I was looking for a coach, and my dad had been following Clay for several years, and I was looking at somebody else. And my dad was like, well, let's give this a go. Let's go to one of his conferences and take a look, and you can meet each other and see if this is going to be a good fit. And as soon as I walked through the door the first day of that conference, I was like, oh, this is it. This is exactly the energy I need. And every topic was exactly what I needed to learn about. It's exactly what he says on his podcast all the time. It's business without the BS. We've had so many wins from working with Clay. I think we talked about it last time, but we've had like a 300% increase in gross revenue quarter over quarter compared to when I wasn't working with Clay versus first quarter of this year. It's been amazing. And it's all about easy systems and processes. Like I'm the only person that works here. I run this whole business. I'm the laser specialist. I take all the appointments and book everything, and I'm not breaking my back doing it. It's been, there's a couple of things I do every single day with consistency. And I have my coaches meeting every day or every Monday. And there's just simple processes that we do repeatedly that work and that have grown this business just exponentially.
And Eliza, we love specifics. So number one, I can tell you I've been to 2 of Clay's conferences, and I've actually been able to speak at them and just be really involved with them. And I can just vouch that they are incredible, Fire Nation. So, I mean, these are great conferences. There's no BS here. You're just getting great value from them for obvious reasons. And what I really want to kind of get from you, Eliza, is like, what weren't you doing before working with Clay that you very quickly started doing that made a massive impact around this, around the leads, around the systems, et cetera?
Oh, well, Vism was huge. I don't even think I had a Google business listing when I met Clay. I had no idea how to generate leads. I was kind of just relying on word of mouth for a lot of it. And that's how, it was like, 20, 30 years ago was like, somebody tells somebody else.
What happened to your tattoo? Oh, I got it removed. How do you get it removed? Oh, that's a great way to do things for sure. But we do live in a world where we can amplify that kind of lead generation. So kind of talk about like, how did you make the most of that?
Oh, Vism was huge. That's the thing that we do the most here with Clay is a 3-legged marketing stool where we're, we try to dominate Google as much as possible, which is, you have to add photos to your Google business listing. You have to get reviews, which are super important.
Let's stick on reviews for a second here. I mean, I literally make every buying decision based off of reviews, every single one. I'm like, which Airbnb has the most and best reviews? Which Amazon product has the most and best reviews? Which restaurant, but that's a huge one. Which restaurant? And that's such low-hanging fruit, and they're terrible at it. And so when you're good at this stuff, Fire Nation, you just win business. And it's this compounding effect. It's a snowball going down the hill. So Clay, jump in here. Like, what were you really excited about being able to implement into Eliza's business that just made this huge impact?
Well, I'll try to calm down for a second, but when I met Eliza, I knew right away she's a diligent doer. She's taking notes fastidiously. She is at the conference. You look at her, it's kind of wild, but as a speaker, you can scan the room,
yeah,
and you can see who's taking notes. And this woman is taking notes. I mean, she is all in. She's mentally and physically present. And I'm thinking that this is a great sign. I met the family. These are great people. Then I ask, what do you do? What is your core niche? When I hear about tattoo removal, I'm thinking, oh, wow. This is a growing industry because you're seeing more and more people that I know in my own life and more celebrities saying, you know what? I like the majority of my tattoos, but I want to remove this tattoo or that tattoo. And it's becoming a household topic. It's becoming a top of mind topic for the world. So I thought, wow, a great product niche that's growing. You have somebody who's sharp. This is going to be easy. And then when I asked, well, where are you doing business? She says, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And I have many clients that are in Idaho. And I thought, what a great market. I mean, there's a nice market there. So again, step number one we did is we sat down together. We did a 13-point assessment. She went to thrivetimeshow.com. She scheduled a free 13-point assessment. We scheduled that, and we went over and we determined right away, listen, without leads, you're not going to succeed. We were on the same page. Point number two, we said, let's come up with a turnkey way to generate leads. So that way, you don't have to spend your entire day, every day, going network to network, person to person, posting on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. A lot of people spend their entire day posting endlessly on social media to try to generate one or two leads. Let's make a turnkey way where you can create time freedom and financial freedom. And so she mentioned VISM. What does VISM stand for? We taught her the system of VISM. V, every week we got to post a video testimonial from a real client. We need to gather images of before and afters with real clients. S, we got to write search engine content that is original content, HTML content. And M, we have to gather more Google reviews. And in the background, my team is going to do the diagnostics tests to make sure that the website is constantly updated. Point number three, what we did here, JLD, is that we said, hey, let's begin with the end in mind. Let's make sure that we build the system in a way that somebody who's not you, who maybe is looking for a business opportunity, that they could open up one of your locations and produce similar results, because we're building a blueprint. We're building systems and checklists and processes, written scripts, written emails, documented workflows. When people say systems, I want to put some meat on the bone there. It's written down step-by-step processes to remove tattoos, to wow customers, to close the deals. What are the written processes and systems? And then point number four is we really want to become a master of time management. It is so important that we become experts at managing time. You talk about some of the world's best-selling authors, whether it be Napoleon Hill or John Maxwell or Zig Ziglar or Tony Robbins. They're always harping on time management, because if you can't manage your time, you really can't manage anything else. What gets scheduled gets done. To quote Robert Kiyosaki, he loves talking about acta non verba, which means in Latin, it means watch what someone does, not what they say. Ooh. If you look at the Bible, the book of James, be a doer, not just a hearer. If you want to quote Ronald Reagan, trust but verify. At the end of the day, it's all about what you do, not what you say you're going to do. And so by implementing all those systems simultaneously, she's been able to generate a 300. Did you say Eliza, I don't want to exaggerate. I think you said you're 3 times up more than the same time last year. Is that accurate?
Yeah, same time last year, we've done the 300% more. Like when we got our numbers back from our first quarter of 2026, it was a 300% increase from last year's first quarter.
Wow, Fire Nation, I think you can see where this is heading, and we have so much more gold coming when we get back from thanking our sponsors. Fire Nation, is your business stuck? Join Eric Trump at America's highest rated business conference November 5th and 6th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Discover the success systems that have been used to create thousands of millionaire success stories. See thousands of success stories and testimonials from real people just like you, who Clay Clark has mentored and coached into prosperity at thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Clay's proven business coaching program is month to month, and it costs less money than hiring a minimum wage employee. Yes, it's month to month and costs less money than hiring a minimum wage employee. Schedule your free personal 13-point assessment with Clay Clark himself today at thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Because Clay only takes on 160 clients and only allows 300 attendees to each business conference, you will interact with Clay directly, see thousands of real success stories, and learn about attending the Thrive Time Show 2-day in-person workshops featuring football star and entrepreneur Tim Tebow and President Trump's son, Eric Trump, today at thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Become the next success story. Schedule a free consultation and request tickets to join football star and entrepreneur Tim Tebow and President Trump's son, Eric Trump, at Clay Clark's next business conference today at thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Fire Nation, if you are building a real business, you need real infrastructure That is why High Level is Entrepreneur on Fire's featured partner. High Level gives you a website builder and hosting, funnels and landing pages, email marketing, appointment scheduling, payment processing, course and membership hosting, and so much more. Everything you need to succeed, all under one roof. No duct tape, no juggling 5 platforms, just one clean system for your business. And their award-winning 24/7 support has your back when you need it most. When you sign up at highlevelfire.com, you also get my exclusive bonus stack, a 30-day free trial, a private 15-minute call with me, JLD, access to my weekly live office hours, a digital copy of my book, The Common Path to Uncommon Success, my 50 Days to Something Execution Roadmap, and more. Visit highlevelfire.com and start building your something today. Fire Nation, that's called measuring what matters. And I mean, this is something that Clay talks about a lot, measuring what you treasure and tracking the right metrics, measuring time management, all the things that he's just been talking about. So Eliza, I kind of want to throw it back to you. Beyond the things we've already talked about, like you get up in the morning, you go to work. What are the main things you are measuring day to day in your business? I know it's the reviews, I know it's all these, but what specifically are you measuring that you really feel like is a game changer that you weren't measuring before you started working with Clay?
Well, a couple things for sure. As I get busier and busier, which I am, which is fantastic, time is huge. Almost all of my appointments take exactly 30 minutes, and I've designed them that way so I can be as efficient as possible. The other thing we measure, of course, are reviews. I want to get a certain amount every week. I want that to be consistent with posting images so that my business is still relevant. And those are really the biggest things too. But besides that, also, like, we want to check in with our clients and make sure that they're happy. And if we need to be doing something differently that someone's, not super pleased about, we need to shift that immediately so that we get those 5-star reviews. That's kind of the biggest metrics are: is everybody happy? Are we getting reviews? Is the time being managed well? Those are all the things that you need to be scalable.
Now, this is something I have a curiosity of, because I think there's a lot of people listening right now and they're running obviously very different forms of businesses, but they're hearing and they're like, well, how do you keep a single appointment to 30 minutes? I mean, I've seen a tattoo the size, of a little ladybug, and one the size of the entire back that's a lion. So how do you keep each individual appointment at 30 minutes when obviously there's just a crazy amount of different size and I'm sure density of tattoos?
Well, for the most part, we're able to cover about 1 square inch every 3 to 5 seconds. So even if we're doing a larger tattoo, 30 minutes has kind of been perfect. So if I'm doing something super small, like a wedding band, it really only takes a couple of minutes. So that appointment could be, 10 or 15 minutes long, but then I have an additional 15 minutes, for that appointment, just in case. 30 minutes is really the longest that it takes. And I always leave about 45 minutes for our consultation. So consultation, all the paperwork, we've gotten down, we use the same, scripts for everything. And so that takes 10 to 15 minutes almost exactly. And then we have a 30-minute window for an appointment.
So I don't know if this is how you used to run your business, but I know a lot of people's businesses typically were run this way, which is like you wake up in the morning, you open the door, you flip around the sign, it's open for business, and you're like, okay, who's going to walk in the door? Like, that's called chaos. Like, you just don't know. It's like, are 10 people coming in? Is one person coming in? And one thing that Clay's great at is taking people from chaos to predictability. I mean, what would you say, Eliza, is the biggest difference between operating a business reactively, which is just like, 15 people just showed up, they just dropped a bus of people, other than, running a business that grows through systems and structure?
Oh my gosh. Well, a calendar, first of all. If I'm going to be scheduling appointments, I have to know when they are and not just show up at a certain time. If I am just showing up at 9 and staying until 5 every day, that could be so much wasted time where I could go out and be meeting other business owners for like Dream 100 or, doing things like this where we can schedule a podcast. If I have no idea when anybody's going to come in, then you're right, it's exact chaos. The other thing that's helped a ton is having a to-do list. If I don't know, what I need to get done and when I need to get it done, then it just straight up doesn't get done.
Clay, what do you want to add to this specific theme, chaos to predictability?
Yeah, well, this is what's wild is the system that I'm teaching Eliza is the same system that I taught the great folks at mlkdentistry.com. So this is a pediatric dentistry. This is the same system that I taught Dr. Brian Whitlock and his cosmetic surgery team. This is the same system that I taught the cosmetic surgeons in Oklahoma City, the cosmetic surgeons in Miami I work with. I mean, these systems are designed to create fruit in your life. And for JLD, what I look at is return on investment. So Eliza is paying $1,700 per month. That's what I charge as a consulting fee. And you say, well, if I'm paying $1,700 per month, what am I getting? What I want is I want her to generate a minimum of $5 of income for every $1 she pays me. I repeat, I want it to be almost like a money machine, JLD, where if somebody invests $1 in my coaching service, I want them to see a net profit of $5 coming back. And what I want to do is I want to make it a sustainable and repeatable return on investment, because my average client is with me for 6 years or longer. And it's not because they like me, although I hope somebody does like me. It's not because my team is fantastic, although I do think my team is fantastic. It's not because I've been doing it 21 years, and we have been doing it for 21 years. It's because we produce results. And so if you're listening right now and you are saying, man, I'm dealing with chaos. I don't know how to create a repeatable amount of success in my life. Everything feels random. I don't know that I have a system in place where I put in $1 and $5 comes back. That's the kind of person that needs to go to thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. And JLD, I'll tell you a story. There's a company called San Diego Softwash. San Diego Softwash. And I encourage everybody to look it up. San Diego Softwash. And I think about it because you're from San Diego. You know the area well. The actual website is san diego-softwash.com. San diego-softwash.com. And before the owner of the company reached out to us, he told me, he said, Clay, I was spending between $20,000 and $40,000 a month, every month, between $20,000 and $40,000 a month on Instagram ads, AdWords, Facebook, and TikTok. And he said, with your proven system, and it's all recorded on video, you can see it at thrivetimeshow.com. He said, as a result of your system, I now no longer spend any money at all on those advertising platforms, and my sales have increased. And someone says, how is that possible? It's because we've helped him through all 14 aspects of the company. We've helped him through marketing, branding, sales, bookkeeping, accounting, staffing, everything needed to scale his company. And again, san diego-softwash.com. This guy, think about it, folks. Imagine you were spending $25,000 a month on ads, $20,000 a month on ads, $40,000 a month on ads. And imagine you go from spending that much money to no money on ads, and yet your lead flow increases. And you're saying, wow, I'm spending $1,700 a month to pay this guy. And in his case, he's generating a 20x return on investment, 20 times. So for every dollar he pays my team, he generates 20 times more profit, not just revenue, profit. And JLD, what makes it work for san diego-softwash.com and for laserskn.com is both Eliza and the wonderful team there at San Diego-Softwash. They're coachable, they're kind, and they're diligent people that say, listen, you show me what to do, and I'm going to do it.
See, I love this. And I went to that website because I always do what Clay says. And it's so Clay Clarkenized. Like, it's just so obvious. I mean, 99.9% of websites are horrible. I mean, you go there, they're messy, they're busy, there's no calls to action, there's no irresistible offer, there's no way to even book on. I mean, you can't read reviews, you don't know how to book online. You get to this one right away. It's free estimate and $75 off your first service. Like, hello, like that's irresistible. Okay, here's a red button. Call today or book online, and then right next to it, read reviews. Everything you have is right there. An irresistible offer, a way to call/book, and check out reviews. Like, that's so key, and nobody does it. I mean, nobody does it. And it's crazy how much of an impact this can have. So, Clay, take us home. Weave in Eliza in any way or shape or form you think is relevant. I want to know one process that Fire Nation should implement today, because they're looking for more predictable growth. They're looking for long-term success. What's one process our listeners can do today to get one step closer to that?
Eliza, if everybody listening to this show locks on to the idea of gathering video testimonials from real clients, before and after images, search engine content, and more Google reviews, what's going to happen to their business?
Boom. They're going to increase like nobody's business. It's really incredible how like these very simple systems, they just achieve so much. It's very much targeting success.
And I'll say this, JLD, what will happen is people read a book, they watch a radio, they watch a podcast, they listen to a radio show, they see a YouTube video, they see an Instagram video, and we all get good ideas from talk shows and radio hosts and books and authors. But what happens is it's the execution of those ideas that matters. Thomas Edison, the guy who invented the modern light bulb and recorded audio, he said that vision without execution is hallucination, right? Vision without execution is hallucination. And so many entrepreneurs, we kind of know what to do or we're learning what to do, but are we doing it? I tell people, what's the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Knowledge is learning what to do, but wisdom is applying what you're learning. Wisdom is applying what you're learning. And so if you're out there today and you're saying, you know what? I am tired of just learning how to get in shape, if you follow this analogy, but I want to get in shape. I'm looking for a personal trainer for my business. I'm looking for a personal trainer for my business, someone who knows the way, who can show the way, someone who has literally over 2,000 client success stories, somebody that offers a free 13-point assessment, somebody who's been on the EO Fire podcast multiple times over a span of multiple years, somebody who just has documented wins for days. And by the way, our program is month to month. It's less money than if you were going to hire a minimum wage employee, folks. It's month to month. We do photography, videography, web development, search engine. It's all right there for you. And you can schedule a free consultation today simply by going to thrivetimeshow.com/EO Fire. That's thrivetimeshow.com/EO Fire. And I know that somebody's jogging right now. You are driving in your car. You're pulling over. You're in the shoulder. It's thrivetimeshow.com/EO Fire. Join the success story. Join the chorus of entrepreneurs who are having massive success. Join the momentum. Go to thrivetimeshow.com/EO Fire. Schedule your free consultation today.
Fire Nation, you will not regret taking that step. At the very least, you're going to learn a lot from that initial consultation call. So get on there, take action, make a difference in your business and life today. I know Eliza's glad she did. I know the countless other clients that Clay is currently coaching and has coached over the years are incredibly glad, because you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You've been hanging out with CC and JLD today, and of course Eliza too. So keep up the heat. And Clay, Eliza, thank you for sharing your truth, your knowledge, your value with Fire Nation today. For that, we salute you, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Boom.
Boom.
Hey, Fire Nation, a huge thank you to our sponsors and Clay for sponsoring today's episode. And Fire Nation, are you an entrepreneur on fire who's looking to share your amazing message with the world? If yes, we are now accepting applications for EO Fire. So to learn more about becoming a guest, visit eofire.com/guest. I'll catch you there or on the flip side. Fire Nation, is your business stuck? Join Eric Trump and Clay Clark at America's highest rated business conference, November 5th and 6th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Learn the proven systems used to create thousands of success stories today at thrivetimeshow.com/EO Fire. Again, request life-changing tickets today at thrivetimeshow.com/EO Fire.
Clay Clark, man, he is one character.
It's a good word for him, character. Yeah, that is it.
Good, driven, smart, and I've never met a guy who was so hyper all the time. He's doing so much good, and then I met his mother, and she just says, she just lets him be Clay Clark. I mean, so he's endorsed by his mother, and he's doing magnificent work. So it was great meeting you out there and all the people that he surrounds himself with. Clay Clark starts his days at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, he's a machine. He's a machine.
Yeah. But I have problems with my company starting at 9 o'clock. Yes, hundreds of people showing up at 5 a.m. in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, he's a leader of a leader. He's a fantastic young man.
Oh, he is. He is.
He has this wealth of knowledge. He's worked with so many different companies and different businesses. He could take a concept that he's used before in the past with somebody totally different industry and see how it would work perfectly for you in whatever niche market you're in or whatever type of service you're providing. And so his brain is just a wealth of knowledge, And just to have that type of perspective on, as a part of your team and your own company is huge, it's super valuable. So I would definitely encourage people to use him. But one thing is, you got to be coachable. You got to be wanting to get feedback. You got to be wanting to really grow your company. You got to want to put that extra 10 hours a week to working on your business and not just in your business. And so, yes, I would recommend it to anybody who's wanting to grow their company and provide great systems, checklists, workflows, great encouragement, and have accountability.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And I mean, we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us. And it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay.
Are you looking to start or grow a super successful business? Join Eric Trump, the New York Times bestselling author of The Carnivore Diet, Sean Baker. Join hundreds of real business owner client success stories at the highest rated business conference in America. Join Mel K, Julie Green, Amanda Grace, Pastor Dave Scarlett, and myself in Tulsa, Oklahoma, November 5th and 6th. Attend the most real, the most authentic, the highest rated, and most reviewed Ultimate Business Growth Workshop. During this 2-day interactive business workshop, you're going to learn everything you need to know to make your business grow. Learn how to generate more sales. Learn how to produce additional high-quality inbound leads. Learn how to create repeatable systems. Learn how to build a successful business. And learn how to do it now. If you've ever wanted to learn how to start and grow a super successful company, this is the event for you. At our 2-day interactive business workshop, we will teach you specifically every step that you need to take to start and grow a super successful company. We will teach you specifically how to get to the top of the Google search engine results, how to dominate artificial intelligence search results, how to market via social media, how to generate more leads, and how to get in front of your ideal and likely buyers. We're going to teach you the step-by-step processes that you need to learn in order to hire, inspire, train, and retain high-quality employees and teammates. We're going to teach you specifically what you need to learn to manage a team of people. We're going to teach you how to manage your finances, how to look at the numbers, and to figure out the specific steps that you need to take to create a time freedom and financial freedom producing business. At the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, we've been teaching entrepreneurs everything they need to know to start and grow a successful company since 2005. In fact, at our 2-day interactive business workshops, we're going to teach you marketing, systems and scaling, human resources, accounting, social media marketing, branding, search engine optimization, sales training, financial management, and so much more. You can learn more and request tickets today simply by going to thrivetimeshow.com. Yes, you can request tickets today simply by going to thrivetimeshow.com. That's the website. Join Eric Trump, myself, and Team America live and in person at the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, November 5th and 6th in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas, and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown probably 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrivetime, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team about marketing and how to implement.
Okay, Aaron Antis, November 5th and 6th. Guess who's coming back to Tulsa? I will give you a hint. His first name is Eric, and his last name is Trump. Whoa. And his father is the 47th president of these United States. Yes, Eric Trump is joining us once again here September 25th and 26th in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show Business Growth Workshop. But Eric Trump is bringing friends. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Grace will be in the place. Dr. Stella Emanuel will be here in T-Town in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Julie Green will be on the scene. Mel K will be here to say hey. Dave Scarlett from the His Glory team will be here. It's going to be a blasty blast right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you want to start or grow a super successful company, if you want to make your wallet great again or make your wallet great for the first time, if you want to learn marketing, systems, scaling, human resources, accounting, social media, branding, search engine optimization, sales training, financial management, and more, get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I've definitely learned a lot about life design and making sure the business serves you. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side. Play is hilarious. I literally laughed so hard that I started having tears yesterday. And we've been learning a lot, which, you know, we've been sitting here, we've been learning a lot, and so the humor definitely helps. It breaks it up. But the content is awesome, off the charts, and it's very interactive. You can raise your hand. It's not like you're just listening to the professor speak, you know. The wizard teaches, but the wizard interacts and he takes questions, so that's awesome. If you're not attending the conference, you're missing about 3/4 to half of your life. You're definitely, it's probably worth a couple $1,000s. So you're missing the thought process of someone that's already started like 9 profitable businesses. So not only is it a lot of good information, but just getting in the thought.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
Well, people don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. There's not 50 employees. The Trump organization, again, most people don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. And while Donald J. Trump was the 45th president of these United States, he needed a competent man to run and execute his business plans. Showtime! So the man that runs the Trump organization for Donald J. Trump, as he was the 45th president of the United States and now the 47th president of the United States, is Eric Trump. And so Eric Trump is here to talk about time management, promoting from within, marketing, branding, quality control, sales systems, workflow design, workflow mapping, how to build. I mean, everything that you see, the Trump hotels, the Trump golf courses, all their products, the man who manages billions of dollars of real estate and thousands of employees, is here to teach us how to do it.
You are talking about one of the greatest brands on the planet from a business standpoint.
Right.
I mean, who else has been able to create a brand like the Trump brand? I mean, look at it. And this is the man behind the business for the last pretty much since 2015. He's been the man behind it. So you're talking, we're into 9 going into 10 years of him running it, and we get to tap into that knowledge. That's going to be amazing.
Now, think about this for a second.
But that Clay Clark, man, he is one character.
It's a good word for him. Character. Yeah, that is it.
Good, driven, smart. And I've never met a guy who was so hyper all the time. He's doing so much good. And then I met his mother, and she just says, she just lets him be Clay Clark. I mean, so he's endorsed by his mother, and he's doing magnificent work. So it was great meeting you out there and all the people that he surrounds himself with. Clay Clark starts his days at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, he's a machine. He's a machine.
But I have problems with my company starting at 9 o'clock. Yes, hundreds of people showing up at 5 a.m. in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, he's a leader of a leader. He's a fantastic young man.
No, he is.
The lineup continues to grow, and this is how we do our tickets here at the Thrivetime Show. If you want to get a VIP ticket, you can absolutely do it. It's $500 for a VIP ticket. We've always done it that way. Now, if you want to take a general admission ticket, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. And the reason why I do that, and the reason why we do that, is because we want to make our events affordable for everybody. I grew up without money. I totally understand what it's like to be in a tight spot. So if you want to attend, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. That's how I do it. And it's $500 for a VIP ticket. Now, we only have limited seating here. With the most people we've ever had in this building was for the Jim Brewer presentation. Jim Brewer came here, the legendary comedian Jim Brewer came to Tulsa, and we had
718 people. 718 people.
And I thought to myself, there's no more room. I felt kind of bad that if a couple people had VIP seats in the men's restroom. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. But I thought, you know what, we should probably add on. So again, if you want to get tickets for this event, all you have to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. When you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you'll go there, you'll request a ticket, boom. Or if you want to text me, if you want a little bit faster service, you say, I want you to call me right now. Just text my number. It's my cell phone number, my personal cell phone number. We'll keep that private between you, me, everybody. We'll keep that private. And anybody. Don't share that with anybody except for everybody. That's my private cell phone number. It's 918-851-0102. 918-851-0102. I know we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people that attend these conferences, and to be bilingually sensitive, my cell phone number is 918-851-0102.
That is not actually bilingual. That's just saying Juan for a one. It's not the same thing.
I think you're attacking me. Now, let's talk about this. Now, what kind of stuff will you learn at the Thrivetime Show workshop? So, Aaron, you've been to many of these over the past 7-8 years. So let's talk about it. I'll tee up the thing, and then you tell me what you're going to learn here, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
You're going to learn marketing and branding. What are we going to learn about marketing and branding?
Oh, yeah. We're going to dive into, so many people say, I got to get my brand known out there, like the Trump brand, right? You want to get that brand out there. It's like, how do I actually make people know what my business is and make it a household name? You're going to learn some intricacies of how you can do that.
You're going to learn sales. So many people struggle to sell something. This just in, your business will go to hell if you can't sell. So we're going to teach you sales. We're going to teach you search engine optimization, how to come up top in the search engine results. We're going to teach you how to manage people. Aaron, you have managed, no exaggeration, hundreds of people throughout your career and thousands of contractors. And most people struggle with managing people. Why does everybody have to learn how to manage people?
Well, because first of all, you either have great people or you have people who suck. And so it can be a challenge. Learning how to work with a large group of people and get everybody pulling in the same direction can be a challenge. But if you have the right systems, you have the right processes, and you're really good at selecting great ones, and we have a process we teach about how to find great people. When you start with the people who have a great attitude, they're teachable, they're driven,
Right.
all of those things, then, you can get those people all pulling in the same direction.
So we're going to teach you branding, marketing, sales, search engine optimization. We're going to teach you accounting. We're going to teach you personal finance, how to manage your finance. We're going to teach you time management. How do you manage your time? How do you get more done during a typical day? How do you build an organization if you're not organized? How do you do organization? How do you build an org chart? Everything that you need to know to start and grow a business will be taught during this 2-day interactive business workshop. Now, let me tell you how the format is set up here. And again, folks, this is a 2-day interactive 15. Think about this, folks. It's 2 days. Each day it starts at 7 a.m. and it goes until 5 p.m. So from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., 2 days. It's a 2-day interactive workshop. The way we do it is we do a 30-minute teaching session, and then we break for 15 minutes for a question and answer session. So, Aaron, what kind of great stuff happens during that 15-minute question and answer session after every teaching session?
I actually think it's the best part about the workshops, because here's what happens. I've been to lots of these things over the years. I've paid many thousands of dollars to go to them. And you go in there and they talk in vague generalities, and they're constantly upselling you for something, trying to get you to buy this thing or that thing or this program or this membership. And you leave not getting your very specific questions answered about your business or your employees or what you're doing on your marketing. And what's awesome about this is we literally answer every single question that any person asks, and it's very specific to what your business is.
And what we do is we allow you as the attendee to write your questions on the whiteboard.
Yep.
And then we literally, as you mentioned, we answer every single question on the whiteboard. And then we take a 15-minute break to stretch and to make it entertaining when you're stretching. And this is a true story. When you get up and stretch, you'll be greeted by mariachis.
Sure.
There's going to probably be alpaca here, llamas, helicopter rides, a coffee bar, a snow cone. There's just...
You had a crocodile one time. That was pretty interesting.
I should write that down and actually do that.
Sorry for that one guy that we lost.
The crocodile, we duct taped its face so that we duct taped.
No, it was a baby crocodile.
And it was duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape around the mouth so it didn't bite anybody. But it was really cool passing that thing around and
I should do that. We have a small petting zoo that will be assembled. It's going to be great. And then you're in the company of hundreds of entrepreneurs. So there's not a lot of people in America today. In fact, there's less than 10 million people today, according to U.S. Debt Clock, that identify as being self-employed. So if you have a country with 350 million people, that means you have less than 3% of our population that's even self-employed. Yeah. So you only have 3 out of every 100 people in America that are self-employed to begin with. And when Inc. magazine reports that 96% of businesses fail by default, you have a 1 out of 1,000 chance of succeeding in the game of business.
It's tough.
But yet the average client that you and I work with, we can typically double this. And this is no hyperbole, no exaggeration. And I have thousands of testimonials to back this up. We have thousands of testimonials to back it up. But when you work with a home builder, when I work with a business owner, we can typically double the size of the company within 24 months.
Yeah.
Double. And you say double? Yeah, there's businesses that we have tripled. There's businesses we've grown 8x. There's so many examples you can see at thrivetimeshow.com. But again, this is the most interactive, best business workshop on the planet. This is objectively the highest rated and most reviewed business workshop on the planet.
I was looking to learn how to take my business, like they've said today, from being very successful to being systematic. I've got a very successful practice in 3 different cities, make good money. Just want to take it to the next level with systems and processes to where I can drive my cars more.
Paul Hood.
I've been a CPA for 33 years.
And what kind of growth have you and your great team had here over the past, let's say, 5-6 years?
For the last 5, when I met you 5 years ago, we were doing 3 million. This year we'll do 24 million.
Whoa! And you say, Clay, I'm not going to get a ticket unless you give me more. Okay, fine. We're going to serve you the same meal both days. True story. We cater in the food, and because I keep it simple, I literally bring in the same food both days for lunch. It's Ted Escondido's, an incredible Mexican restaurant. That's going to happen. And if someone says, I want more, this is not enough.
Give me more.
Okay, I'm not going to mention their names right now because I'm working on it behind the scenes here. But we've got one guy who's given me a verbal to be here. And this is a guy who's one of the wealthiest people in Oklahoma. And nobody really knows who he is because he's built systems that are very utilitarian, that offer a lot of value. He's made a lot of money in the It's where you rent. It's short term. Not. It's where you're renting storage spaces. He's a storage space guy. He owns the. What do you call that? The rental. The
A storage space.
storage units.
Yeah.
This guy owns storage units. He owns railroad cars. He owns a lot of assets that make money on a daily basis, but they're not like customer facing. Most people don't know who owns the mini storage facility, or most people don't know who owns the warehouse that's passively making money. Most people don't know who owns the railroad cars, but this guy, he's given me a verbal that he will be here, and we just continue to add more and more success stories. So if you're out there today and you want to change your life, you want to give yourself an incredible gift, you want a life-changing experience, you want to learn how to start and grow a company, go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go there right now, thrivetimeshow.com. Request a ticket for the 2-day interactive event.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Thomas Crossan, owner and founder of Full Package Media in Dallas, Texas. I've been a coaching client with Clay Clark since the beginning of our business. We started about a year ago, August of last year. I had no clients, no idea what we were doing, no clue really what was going on. And now we've grown to where we've got 6 photographers, we've got office space here. I have an admin, sales person that works for us full time, developing an online system, and a lot of that growth we attribute to Clay helping us. And there's so many things that, his stuff is not revolutionary. It's not this crazy walk on hot coals and all this stuff. It's just real stuff.
It's going to be a blasty blast. There's no upsells. Aaron, I could not be more excited about this event.
I think it is incredible. And there's somebody out there right now, you're watching and you're like, but I already signed up for this incredible other program called Smoke Your Way to Thin. I think that's going to change your life. I promise you, this will be 10 times better than that.
Whoa. It's like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Don't do the Smoke Your Way to Thin conference. That is, I've tried it. Don't do it.
Yeah, chain smoking is not a viable. It is life changing. It is life changing. If you become a chain smoker, it is life changing.
Not the best weight loss program, though.
Right. Really. So if you're looking to have life changing results in a way that won't cause you to have a stoma, get your tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's Aaron Antis. I'm Clay Clark, and reminding you and inviting you to come out to the 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show workshop right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I promise you it will be a life-changing experience. We can't wait to see you right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Whoa.
What kind of growth have you had since you and I have been working together over these past few years?
3.45 million. I got those stats before I got on here.
So you've grown by 3.45 million.
Yeah, 3,450,000.
Would that be like if you took the combined revenue, maybe doubled it? Have we gone up by
about almost 3, not quite.
Whoa.